or just talk amongst each other um, about what's making you confused, or if you have anything you want to share or anything like that, you can do it here. They just thought it was a good idea to communicate since we didn't have anything like that in the coding club before. Okay, so I guess no one else is coming in, um, so yeah, we'll pick up where we left last time. Okay.
Sir,
Yeah.
I think Arvin has a question regarding the Discord account. It's in the chat box for you.
But how you use try it here. Just try to use the old account, and if it works, then perfect. If not, yeah, I think it's really quick. Just takes a minute or less to create a new account. hmm yeah, we have a Gmail account. We shared a lot. We put it up there last time, right, Vanessa? Or let me see.
We
So
have the YouTube channel where students can look at videos, but if you have questions or you have to submit your work, you would submit it to Hector and he will give you the best email that works for him.
yeah, this is the coding club's email. Yeah, you can send all the questions there, or yeah, whatever you are having troubles with, and I'll try to help you as best as I can.
If you guys have questions, feel free to ask Hector. Okay, if you don't ask, you're never going to know.
All right. Let's see. Okay, so I guess let's just start. If no one else is coming in, let's see. All right. Okay, so first, I'm gonna just demonstrate again, in case anybody has forgot how to do it. Yeah, you can also do it on Discord. Yeah, that would be the fastest way. So, or just you can put anything on the general chat or anywhere on Discord, and I'll be able to see it pretty quick in there. All right. Okay. So let's start again from the beginning. So we'll create another folder. I have some samples here from before, but I wanna do it again. I think just doing it from scratch every time I just builds the experience, and then eventually, it's just second nature to you, and you can just go ahead and do it from that. I don't think because yeah, yeah, like I said before, the videos that you're gonna see on the YouTube channel are gonna be from last semester. 'Cause, I had to. There was a problem with it when I was trying to upload it. It kept telling me that the file was too big. So that was, I guess, YouTube changed a few things around, so it wouldn't let me upload it. So yeah, we had to fix it. But yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it pretty quick after I have a little bit of time, maybe today or tomorrow. Um, I think by today they should be up. So yeah, look out for the YouTube uploads today.
Is it
Yeah,
possible to just send the recording?
send the recording.
Yeah, it's
They're
huge.
huge though. That's the problem. That's why like even YouTube like wouldn't take it. It's like an hour or something, maybe more, like almost 2 hours. So yeah, just when I try to do it, I was like, no, like this file is too big. So I don't know what we could use to send it to like everyone individually. That would just take more time.
Okay.
No problem. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna create here a new folder. Okay. I'm just gonna put today's date so that I know. Just that's what I'm gonna call it. You can call it whatever you like. It's fine. Oh, not open. Sorry. Let's create a new folder.
Wait, so right now we're just creating a new folder, right?
Yeah. I'm just gonna do it again so that if you miss a step or whatever, you can see it. You can see it one more time.
Oh, so basically like last time then.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. Because every time I do it, there's someone comes up with a question, and then we already did it in the past. So I think that would be better to do it like this. Okay. So first of all, I'll start with the HTML file. I name it index or home that HTML, and that's fine if you have other index files. It's just there has to be one per folder, because that's what the browser is gonna use to display the whole website. Yeah, I already have one here, so I'll just run through it again. Let's use the same file again. So then we're gonna create the CSS. Same thing. Create a new file, and when you save it, you put the name that you like, and then the extension is .css. All right, I already have mine, so I already did that. And then the same thing goes for the JS file. Pick your name .js. All right. Okay, so the next thing that we're gonna do is put the boilerplate in the HTML file. So uh, some browsers, I mean some code editors, you just tap certain buttons. In this case, for VS Code, you put a exclamation sign, and then you press tab like that, and then you get the whole boilerplate. All right, so that was exclamation sign, and then the tab. You press on the tab key, and then it gives you everything you need. It even gives you some extra tags here, the meta, but you don't have to worry about that. So what we're gonna use is here the head. We're gonna put our tags that are gonna connect the other files, the CSS and the JS. We're gonna put it here in the head, and then in the body, it's the actual website. Okay, so I'm gonna connect that right now. So for the CSS, we're gonna have a link tag. All right, and then the relationship style sheet, and then the href is gonna be the name of my file. So in my case, my CSS dot CSS. All right, and then can I forget about my put a it's right under it. Okay, so we're gonna use a script tag to reference the JS file. So we're gonna say source src equals, in between quotes, the name of our JS file, and it's right here. It even gives it to you. All right, so we already connected everything. So this should work. Whatever I add in here, whatever I add in here, that should reflect in my HTML file. Okay, so let's open that file. Let me see. All right, this is what it is right now. There's nothing on it, just a blue background screen. All right, we can get rid of that too. Okay, All right. So today I wanted to mimic like a real website, and we're gonna build our own. And then from then on, we're gonna add a little bit every week to it. And you can also add, in your off time, practice. Get something that you're interested in and try to add it to the website. Try to move it around. Try to play around with it. Try to make it look how you want to, just so that so that you learn how to use each tool. Because let's say I'm a carpenter, right? I gotta know how to use a hammer. I gotta know my tools very well. Gotta know how to use my nails, all of that. So the same thing here. You wanna be very, very familiar with all the tools. So let me see. So I think a website like this will be good to try to mimic. All right, it's very simple design. Everything it's very organized, and it's a little bit responsive. Whenever I move, whenever I touch something, and it's very simple, not too complicated. So I think it's very good to start. Okay, so whenever I build a website, one thing I like to do is just separate everything, just the same way that I did everything here in the boilerplate. I have my head, I have my body. Just organization goes a long way, especially when you have a lot of things to keep track of. So what I'm gonna do, it's I see here that I have this part seems to go together. The menu, the logo. Um, there's a few options you can look either at the body, the make or the model of the car, and then it has payment and price, and then you can search uh, for different things. So I want to pretend that that's the whole area. All of that's together in one area, and then here where it shows all the cars or whatever you search for, then that's gonna be another separate area where I'm gonna put everything, all the pictures. That's a dashboard pretty much. Like everything that's to look at is gonna be in this area, and then on the bottom you have the footer. In this case, there's another section here. There's a little bit more information like reviews and other things to look at. And then after that, we have the actual footer, with just some information about the company, their social media, and disclaimers and whatnot. Yeah, so that's how I want to lay it out. You can either draw it. I usually draw it on paper, but since I already done it a few times, I don't need to. But yeah, just draw it on paper. If you don't have a predefined model that you're gonna use. So in this case, I just want to do it. It's gonna be three parts. So I'm gonna get the main body, the menu at the top, and then the footer on the bottom. So what I like to do is create divs for each of those, so that I can manipulate them all together. For example, if I want all of this to be on that top part, then all of those elements are going to be inside of that area that goes at the top, and then so on for the middle part, and same thing for the footer. So I have my div here. So I'm gonna create it. I'm gonna name it. I like to give it an ID since we're only gonna have three, so it's pretty simple to do it like that. Uh, yeah, I'm just gonna name it. Header will be a little bit confusing. Oh yeah, header. All right, and then this is gonna be my main body, and the last part will be the footer. Where do I go with this? Okay. All right. So, like I said before, everything that you see here It's gonna go on that first tag, and then the body is gonna hold everything else until we reach the footer. All right. So another way why I did it like this is it's easier to manipulate it. Let's say I want see here how this has a pattern. All these cards look the same, so I can um, I can make all the cards the same shape, the same size by using this tag here for the man body. And here they're all a little different, so I might not have to do that on the header div. But I can at least say something like all the colors or uh, the fonts and the font family to be the same color, and I can put everything in columns or rows. So yeah, there's a lot of benefits to doing it like this. All right, so let's see. We'll start by making the main body, since it looks like it's gonna be a little bit easier to do. Let me see what else we have here. Okay, we have some links. All right, so it just looks like the second part of the main screen, just some review and links, and then yeah, this is just some pictures with writing on, and there's no interactivity. All right, and there was a picture there that didn't show up. All right. Okay, so see here, let me refresh it, maybe it'll show up. All right, so see here when the picture was not found, I try to display something here. It says T, but it didn't come up. I guess the whole word that they intended for it to come out, it didn't show up. So whenever you create a picture, um, you're gonna put the text that's gonna be displayed in an odd attribute. So I'll show you that later. I showed it before, I remember, but yeah, I show it again why it shows up like that. So instead of showing this little icon, you can show some words of what that picture was supposed to be, and that can also help you to keep track of things. So we're gonna start with this. So let's get some pictures of some cars. You can either download them to your computer or you can just grab the link. I prefer to just grab the link, the address of the image, and put it in my code. It's easier that way if I'm sharing it with somebody, like if you're taking ET 710 or ET 712, your teacher's gonna ask you to submit a folder at the end with everything on it. So yeah, I prefer the links that way. There's not gonna be a lot of like files everywhere, and there'll be less chance of failure when the teacher is opening it up. All right, does somebody have a question? Evan? Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna find uh, some pictures that have the uh, same dimensions, same size. So one thing I do, it's I just type open source uh, pictures cars. So I just type open source because these pictures are free, and then there's no issue of like, if someone sees them on your website and then they can be like, oh, you're not supposed to use that. You have to pay for that, or you don't get into any legal trouble. There's not as many, of course, as you will find in Google, but let me see, you can find some websites that have a lot for free. And I think it's very important to learn how to use these because sometimes they have a lot of icons, and you can just get the icon link, and then you can put it, you can style it on the same website, and then just put it on your website right away. That way, you don't have to get it downloaded to your computer, fix it on Photoshop, turn it into a vector, then a PNG, and then that would take you a long time. So let's see if this one's it's a free download. So see here, some websites even let you choose the size, and some of them let you change the color and all that. In this case, let me see, copy image as. Let's see if it works. Sometimes nothing will show up when you grab the link. So that's what I was talking about before. Whatever you put here in this out attribute, if the image is not found or if it's failing for some reason, that's what's gonna show up on the website. Well, whatever you put in here. Okay, so it's working. So that's good. And of course, it's too big, but that's fine. It's nothing that we cannot take care of. So this is a little card here. So we had the picture, and then on the bottom there's some information, and it looks like it's styled a certain way. So on all four corners we got something. So it says the make and the price, and then on the bottom if it has free shipping or not, and then how many miles. So yeah, we can do that after we make the main structure of that. So let's make the card first. There's another icon here, and then there's let's see. Oh, this is not clickable. Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Okay, and then it pops up a little screen after that. So what I'm doing right now, it's we just make one of these, and then uh, that will you can multiply how as many as you want. You can even make it like every time a new car comes in, you have the picture, the info, and then the code makes its own card and puts it there. And in this case, that's pretty much what I see that this website did. Okay, so we're gonna make another div, and we're gonna put that picture inside of it. Okay, so let's see. So first of all, the card is white, and then we put the image around, I'll say a little bit more than half of it, maybe like 60% of the card is gonna be the picture on top. I'm gonna give this a class. There's gonna be many of them, so we're gonna want to control them all in one shot. So let's name it card. Let's see. I just name it card for now. Okay, and then the info is on the bottom. Okay, so I'm just gonna add another div here, and then that can hold that information. I think that would be the best thing to do in this case. Let's see. All right, and then the class is gonna be card info. All right. I'm just gonna save and refresh to see what's going on. Make sure everything works. Yep, it's still working. Okay, so I'm gonna add. I'm just gonna hard code it for now. So I'm gonna add uh, those pieces of information that we see there. So in this case, we're gonna have four. Let me see. We're gonna have four. Let me see. This looks the same. I made two. All right, we're gonna have three then. So it's gonna be here. Let me help you visualize it in a minute. So I'm gonna make everything as a black box so you can see what I'm talking about and why. Okay, so first of all, let's make the image uh, smaller. Uh, right here, right on the image for now. So, okay, maybe it's a little too small. Make the width 150. All right, doesn't matter. Just leave it there for now. Okay, so let's start with the outermost part of the card first. So we have that here card class. So I'll do it directly from the CSS. So it's a class. So we use the dot selector. Sorry, it was card. Okay. So let's give it a height and width of let's say 250 by 300. Okay. And the border. Okay. So we have our card. All right. And then let's make that image fit the whole card. You know what? I'm just gonna remove it from here. Okay. And I'm gonna put it here. So what I can do for that is say card, and then I wanna search the image that's inside of card, right? And then that's gonna target the image only. Okay, so working. So it's gonna be the same width as the card. Changing and the height. Let me see, it's 3. Make it like 200 or 210. Okay, class. Give it also an idea. Okay, I gave it an ID as well, so that I can, uh, so that if I have another definition later on, um, it doesn't change what I have written for the CSS for this div in particular. So I wanted to remain the same all the time, so I use the ID. Okay, so see that change now, and let me see here. All right, so the one on their website is a little bit wider. I'll say about probably 450. No, that's too big. It's 400 then. All right, that works for me right now. So that's fine. Okay. So if you look closely, you see here that everything on the bottom is gray. It's has a grayish tone, and then the price and the make and year and the model also looks a little different. So what we can do is um, there's a separate div for the make and the year, and then another separate div for the price, and then another one which is gonna have the little bit of information on the bottom, the limited, the miles, and the shipping status, whether if it's free or not. Okay, so it's gonna look like this. So the info is gonna have three divs. Okay, so the first one is gonna be the make and the model. Give it a class again. All right, so this one's gonna be make model. Okay. The next one is price. All right. And then on the bottom, let's just call that the miscellaneous. Sorry. Um, what's it again? Okay. Card info. Miscellaneous. Okay. All right. And then class. Insert class info. Okay, great. So we're gonna start um, with a make model. So class make model. We're gonna give it. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna make that a little bit smaller, so half of the picture. And let's see. Okay. So right now we're just gonna hard code it, and later on we can make it flexible. So if there's more, if the name is bigger, it can grow. If the name's smaller, it can adapt. So for now, let's just make it like that for visual purposes. So it's gonna be 200, and the height is probably maybe like 80. I think 80 works for now. All right. So here's where we're gonna put that make and model information. We can just copy it more times. And the second one was price. And the third one, sorry, what happened here? Okay. The third one was card info, miscellaneous. Okay. And then let's just make the price the same size as the make model, and then the last one is gonna be a little bit wider. It's gonna be the same size. That's the card. Okay. All right. And maybe a little bit smaller. Okay. All right. So right now it doesn't fit in the card, or not that it doesn't fit. It's not displayed properly also. So we can do either we can do a few things in here. We can either go with this one, the flow to the left, and then this will be right underneath it. But in this case, we're gonna have a lot of these cards, so we just wanted to do it automatically right away. So I just want to use something called Flexbox. But if no one is familiar with it, I just do the I just do the regular way first, and then I'll show you how to do it with Flexbox too. Okay, so the first thing it's not gonna fit in here because the size of the card is exactly 400. But if we make it just a little bit bigger, then they both can. Um, the position is gonna be relative, just right next to it. So let's try this. Okay, that's a little bit. Okay, and where was that one? So the second one is for the price. Okay, so we're gonna say the price display. So it's gonna be displayed. So you're gonna use the display command, and right here you can see uh, a few options. This is the one that I was talking about, the Flexbox, and there's another one uh, called float. That one can do it just by working on a specific element, and then the Flexbox is just gonna grab whatever's inside of the whole div, and it's gonna rearrange it however you tell it to. I will learn all the different commands later on. So for now, we're gonna use float. All right, it's gonna be float, and then we want it to the right. All right, going this way. Let's save that. All right, now it went right under it, so we can also display block. Oh, I guess there's not enough space yet in there. Let me see. And then I also want this one. Another thing that I do is also whatever I give, whatever command I give in CSS, I also give it to the next one so that I can see what it's doing, like exactly. It's just better visually, then you can just picture it in your mind a little better, and then that will make your work so much easier. So we do need a little bit more space and the card and the height. So let's give it a little more. Okay, almost there. Probably 470 will do it. And yeah, okay. All right, and then we need that flow to be up. So flow, and then display in line. Hmm. So display in line will make it go side by side. So in this case, let me open this up a little bit and get rid of that left. Okay. I can close that up again. Okay, so I'm moving to the side. So one thing I can do here, since whenever I find sometimes a class would interfere with that. So let me do it like this. So I'll give it the ID price. Oh no, that's not why. Yeah, I forgot something. So since these two are gonna be on the same line together, then we have to put them in a different div, and then that div is the one which we're gonna display in line, and then it's also the same thing on Flexbox, which I'll show you next. Okay, we're gonna call this the idea of price, and I'm gonna remove it from the other one so that we don't get confused. I mean, not price, first line. Okay, I put card here also so we don't get confused. Oh yeah, and also I forgot. So when you're working on your HTML, one thing that I find very useful is at the end of each tag, then you put what it's for, and in a comment as a comment. So for example, right here, this is the card, and then the ending div for the card. So you want to find that. So in this case, we have our header here. So header, and shoot, sorry, I deleted the whole thing. Let me give it a little bit of space. There we go. Okay. All right, there we go. So now I know that's where this is the ending tag for that whole tag, because look at this one here, the main body. Look how many there's right here. There's 3. So sometimes you're copying and pasting something, and then you don't see it. Like look right here. There's already a mistake. There's an extra more than sign, and I was able to spot it because of that. So I find the main body one. So I put it on there. Just like that. And then I comment that out. And then I know right away. You can even put it on top if you want to see where it starts. But yeah, this will tell you anyway which one it is. And the same thing here. Okay. And then you can do the same thing inside with the image and the picture. I'll do that in a little bit so that I don't forget what I was doing. Okay, so I have, also let me just put this one so that it's not so messy. Okay, so we're gonna go back and then we're gonna use whatever is in, we're gonna make whatever is inside of this division to be displayed like that. So just leave that like that. Okay, and I said guard the first line, right? Okay, and display. Let me get out of here. Okay. Okay, so when you use this display flex, you have to tell it the direction, or it's gonna assume rows right away. So we're gonna say flex direction. It's gonna be rows. I just double check. All right, that's spelled correctly. Save that. And it's also spelled here correctly as well. Okay, let me just see what's going on. Okay. Davis card info. Okay. And the other two are fine too. Okay, great. And what's price? Second one. Yeah, it's price. Okay, so there we go. So we have them side by side. Let me get rid of that extra space for the card. What's this? Okay. So while we had it up before, 350. Let me do 400 first. See? Okay, a little bit less. So maybe like 380. All right, there you go. Yeah, and the other thing, when I told you to learn how to use your tools, yeah, I wasn't kidding you. You gotta get used to the spacing. Um, Pixels are not the only ones. I just use pixels because those are the ones that I'm most used to. But there are other ones that you can use for spacing as well. But yeah, you just want to know exactly um, like you want to be spatially aware of them. And the width is 400 as well. Okay, I guess I made that a little bigger. So now that is 400. And the width. Okay. Oh, it looks a little bigger for some reason. Okay. So now we see where everything is gonna go. So let's go ahead and put something in for the info. We can do the same thing that it says here for this Cherokee. On this is a BMW or something. Let's do it like that then. Okay, so we have a paragraph tag inside of our make and model. Usually I just put a div2 in there, but just P is better to read it as better visually, then you know what's going on in there. So let's say BMW 2021, and what else? On the type, I just put anything. So it's gonna be a Grand Cherokee. Guess I don't know a lot about cars, huh? Let's see. And then here we have the price. So what's the price gonna be? Let's say $30,000. Okay. And now we have the miscellaneous info. Okay. So what was that? Let me go back. So we have so it's limited. I guess that's like what type it is. So we just put limited to, and then 50,000 miles, and also free shipping. So I'm making a different tag for every piece of information because if you see like where they are placed, like they go in different spots, and that's important because that's how we're gonna grab everything. Let me see. Yeah, Lanisha. I'm just showing the very like the bare bones first, and then we can yeah, we can go ahead and calculate, like let it calculate its own. We can do the calculation function in CSS and get the percentage out of the child or inherited or all that stuff too. Let me see. All right, Ryan, take care. Have a nice weekend. Yeah, if like if they don't even, if somebody doesn't even know like this, uh then I don't know what, if they're gonna know the percentage of the child. Okay, so where was I? So B. Okay, so first of all, we got I just put limited. Okay, and just put 50,000 miles, and it's free shipping. Oh, they even ship cars now, huh? That's interesting. All right, so let's see what we have. Okay, so now it has a certain styling. So the price is blue and it's all the way to the right, and it's much bigger. Oh, I forgot the sign, money sign. Oh, not there. Okay. All right. So let's start with the position first. So we have let me see. Limit is there, and then that's the mileage. Does it have anything that says the mileage? Oh yeah, miles. Forgot that too. Okay, so first we're gonna start with the position. So with Flexbox, um, uh, there's a few ways to do it. I like to use this for reference. So just Flexbox. Let me see, CSStricks.com. Yeah, this is the one. Uh, yeah, that's the one that I always use. So it's CSStricks.com. So right here they have a visual graph. I mean a visual uh, presentation of how to use Flexbox. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna move that all the way down. That's how the price is. So we're gonna use this one, Flex End. So the price is gonna go all the way down. So we're gonna say the class of price is gonna send that p tag all the way down. So we have here class of price. Before you use it, you always say display. It's gonna be flex. Okay. Once you have that in there, then you gotta give it the command. So in this case, let me see if it's here. Yes, later. Oh, right here. So it's gonna be justified content. So justified content is usually used for anything that's on a row direction. If you want to target the things that are on a column direction, then they're gonna use align items. So for now, we're gonna use justified content. There's our website. Let me see, Flexbox Frog. Okay, it's here. All right, so this was a fun game that I used to play when I started learning it. So yeah, you have to put the froggy where they tell you, but it's really fun, and then you'll really learn it, and they'll show you how to use Flexbox pretty good. Like you'll have a pretty good level um, when you start using this. I'm gonna put that in the chat. All right, there you go. That's Flexbox Froggy for you. All right. So what we said, flex end. So flex end is pretty much right. So it's gonna send everything to the right. All right. So you see here, 30,000 went all the way down as we promised. So right now we have to take care of the color and the size. So so like I said before, I always make one thing, and from there I'm able to just replicate it across. So you can save time, and it's gonna be much easier. And then after we're done with one um, card, then we can do the rest. And then we just have to put color on the footer or the links, put the search bar, the menu box, and there you go. You're almost done with your website. Okay, so what was I doing? Oh yeah, color and the font. I don't know what the font is. One thing I like to do is so you go back. There we go. So you can inspect it, and then here it's gonna show you um, how it's made. So let's pull it up. Okay, so I go to sources. Let me see what the name of this is. So it's just the class is standard styles sources, and then I'm gonna find the CSS. Oh, they use Bootstrap in this case. It's just gonna be a little bit of a hassle. It's fine. Okay, so what did we say before? Wow, I forgot already. Let's see. Some elements, yeah. So standard styles. Okay, go to source, find standard styles. Let's throw it together. I guess it's not here. Not here either. It's not here either. Except in this one. Standard. It's not here. But oh, we'll leave that for another day. We'll just use whatever we like for now. Yeah, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to look exactly like that. So we can just go to Google Fonts. I'll show that one more time. I know we did that the first day of class. Forgot the fun parts. Not with them. There you go. Okay, so I think this looks similar. Let's see. I think this one is okay. All right. And then when you select the style, it gives you the way to use it right here. And then this is what you put on your header. I mean, on the head of your HTML file. So right here, you go to head, right? And then you paste that link, okay? And then this is where you're gonna put in the CSS. This part right here, CSS rules and families. So you save that. Sorry, not that. Okay, save that. And I was here on the price. Yes, there we go. So we put our font family for the price. And then we go to check if it worked, and it did. Okay. Now it's a little bit thin, so what I can do is adjust a font weight. So I can either say bold or 900 is the top. I like to say bolder always. And then now it became a little bit darker. And the only thing that's left is the color. So for the text, remember it's just color, right? So that's like an aqua. All right. And there we go. Yes. Does somebody have a question?
Chat box.
Say that again.
Chat box. Can you
Oh,
repeat
okay.
that?
No problem. Oh, what? Since when?
Um,
You didn't tell me?
I got to. I'm so sorry. About a few minutes. The last portion was not showed.
But I showed like the whole
The
time.
whole thing, yes.
Okay, okay. You
Yeah.
scared me there. All right, all right. Like 5 minutes ago, I went out or something?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. All right. Don't scare me like that. All right. Okay. So we have it here. So different color. Um, we can remove the border already. We don't need it, right? That was just so that we could look at it. So I like to comment it out just in case I need it again. Oh, there's one more here. And yeah. Okay, the card here. Okay, so it has a shadow on it. So we can add that too. So it's a box shadow. Let me see. CSS shadow box. Okay. So this is the way to use the box shadow. In this case, it looks like it's pretty maybe at the top there's no shadow at the top, but it's pretty equal on every side except the top. Okay. So we might need to use the four sides and do it like that, and then the color is gonna be black too. So this is these are the attributes. So the height. So imagine like there's light hitting it from the top, and then there's light hitting it from the side. So that's what these first two numbers mean. So first, if the light is going down, like where's it gonna show like how wide? And then if it's from the side, same thing, like the length of the shadow. So we can play with that a little bit. I know it doesn't make sense when somebody talks about it, but yeah, and then it's gonna be a little bit blurry. That's why it has that little effect here. See, it's like fading in, fading out a little bit. So that's where that comes from. And then the color spread, yeah, it's just how far it's gonna reach outside of that square. And then yeah, and then we can work on these down here a little bit later. But yeah, that's what we have for now. So I can just do it like this. This is what I like to do when I'm learning something new. I just grab the whole syntax, and then I put it on my on my CSS just like that. Okay, I don't need this. I already said that I was commented out. Okay, let me just comment this out for 1 second. Okay, save it. All right, so I see everything disappeared, but everything's on. Um, everything looks where it's supposed to be, right? Okay, so let's add that shadow now. Okay, so what we do is we follow what it says here. So the height offset, let's start with 5 pixels so we can get a good look at it. And then the vertical offset, let's also do 5 pixels. And then the blur, um, let me do no blur for now. And no spread, just the color. Okay, let's just say black. Okay, so that's how it's supposed to look like. So what you do now, it's the blur. So let's say 2. All right, do you see that? Or let me show it a little more. All right, how does that look? Is that coming close to what we had before? And then this one is not as black, so it's like a grayish. So black is 0, so black is no color anywhere. So we do pound sign. That's gonna be red. That's gonna be blue, and that's gonna be no, that's gonna be green, and the last one is gonna be blue. So you have 6 right here. That's the hex color. So if we want gray, all we have to do is like a lighter black, pretty much. So it's gonna be the same. All right. So why is that? So we want to have the same amount of red, same amount of blue, and the same amount of green. So I can do this. That's gonna be black, or I can do this. This is gonna be light gray. 5. And then if I want to make it even lighter, then I can go past 9, which starts from A to F, remember? So it's gonna be A, and so on until F is just white. So for now, let's give it kind of a darker gray. I think. Let's see how that looks like. All right, a little better, right? Can take it a little more lighter too. All right. Okay. So yeah, that's almost the same as this one. Just this one's really thin. So let's do 2 pixels. All right, almost there. Let's try a lighter gray. All right. I think that looks okay, right? Does everyone like that? Okay. All right. The one they used here, it also has this side. So just let's see another. Yes. The screen again. Okay. Oh Jesus, help me! What is going on? I cannot hear anything you're saying. Is you look like a mime. All right. Yeah. Where was I? I'm having so much fun here. Okay. And then 0 here. Oh no. The top is the first one. Okay. All right. I think that should do. And one more. No. All right. So there you go. Now we have that third column with the shadow. Okay. Let's make the picture adjusted. Let me just make the picture adjusted to that. All right. So now it's looking more like it, right? Now it's not as ugly. And let's see here. Okay. What was that? Fonts. Okay. Since I made those bold, I'm also gonna do the same for, instead of just saying bold here, what I can do is just say make all the text in the card bold, all the fonts. And see, now it looks a little bit better. And then I can change the font. I'll just leave this one for now because it's fine. But I sure hope you guys know how to change any font that you like. There's some generic ones from CSS. If not, just grab your Google API for the fonts, and then you can do your own. Just do a little bit of research here, see which one you like, and then just put it in. Yeah, I'll show one more time. So just click on it, whichever one you like. Let's say this one, and then it's gonna give you the different styles. This one, it's the most bold you can get, I guess, for this font. So I removed it. I mean, I added this one. So let me see. And then in here, you can also choose like how you want it to be. Because here is just predefined for you. So now you choose one of those, whichever one you like. And then, but in here is some more. You can play with the controls a little more, and also choose the family, the font family as well. All right. So let's see. What's the name of this one? AutoSense KR. Okay. So let's see one thing. Oh, sometimes, yeah, that's what I was. Sometimes you can just download them, put them in your machine too. If you don't want to like go and grab the link every time, just put them all in there. But then when you upload your website to somewhere, and if that server doesn't have it, then it's gonna show up. It's not gonna show up. So using the link, it's a safer thing to do. Okay. All right. So let's see what else we're doing. All right. So yes, you're muted again. Oh, and I think maybe we shouldn't use some. What do you think?
Okay, you're all good to go.
Oh my God, yeah. Is this happening to anybody else? Like it's just me? I'm not even clicking anything. Like I'm very far away from my keyboard and the mouse too. Like I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I always get lost. Okay, so the bottom one, the miscellaneous, they're like small and gray. So we're just gonna find that class here. All right, and the color is gonna be gray, just like that. And then they're a little bit smaller, so we can override that first font weight type. I mean font weight of bolder, and we can also make that a little small as well. Font weight is gonna be maybe 500 is okay, I guess. Font. No, or just say light then. I like to use sorry. I'll close this one. Yeah, there we go. Okay, lighter. All right, that works. And then the free shipping goes all the way out. So one thing we can do, let me see, we can put another div here. Because remember, what you're displaying as when you use any of those commands, like flexbox or the inline, you're telling it how the div is gonna show whatever is inside of it. But if you say the p, it's gonna be displayed in such way, it's not gonna work because there's nothing inside of the p. inside of this p tag. So you gotta put your elements inside of a tag, and then from there uh, you do it like that. So see, that's gonna be ID. Of course, there's easier ways to do that. Like if you know how to use Bootstrap, there's just a few commands. A few attributes. You give them the class, and then it just does it for you. But of course, you want to learn this first, and then you can learn Bootstrap. If you want to build stuff rather fast, then you can use Bootstrap. But it's not gonna be as customized. If you learn CSS to a certain level, you're gonna be able to customize everything to your own liking or to however your company is telling you to do it. But if somebody just wants a website and they don't care how it looks, then Bootstrap is a great way to go. You just do it quickly and get it out of the way. So it's not class card info miscellaneous second line or line two. Okay. And we go to our CSS. I already have that here. Okay. Submit. Okay. And then I already have. Okay, I don't need to make it all the way down yet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna display flex, and I want it to be in my row direction, which it already is when you do flex. And let me see. And I want there like at the end of the card. So there's a command. Just use to justify content. Remember that's for rows, and then there's the space between. So that's gonna put as much space as I can fit in between the elements and fit it there. So let me see if I spell that correctly. Yes, an ID, card info, mask, line two. Okay. All right. So look at that. So it's at the end, and what we can do also, since like the picture covers the whole card, and then the info, it's a little bit more collected on the bottom, like it's not touching the edges. All right, just like that. We can. Luckily, we already made. Let me see, we already made another wrapper for that. So just another div tag that encloses um, just the info. So we have here the info. So all we have to do is go to where the info is. Let me see. Oh, we don't have one yet. So let's make a selector for that. So was that an ID or a class? Class. Okay. Class. Oh, what am I doing? Okay. Card info. All right. And we're gonna give it a margin. On a margin? No, let's give it a padding. Padding is better. Okay. So we're gonna say padding. Um, Nothing on the top and bottom. And let's say maybe like 10 pixels on each side. All right. So when you have this stands for top and bottom, or the vertical plane, or the Y plane. And then you have your X plane, or the horizontal plane. That's your second value there. All right, so you see that? I got a little more collected. It's not touching the edges anymore. And we can even do that a little more. Maybe Maybe like 20, it's better. Okay. All right. Now this is looking like that because I gave it a predefined so I can talk today. Sorry guys. I gave it a predefined size to that box on the bottom, which is our card info miscellaneous. See right here, skipping its 400 pixels of width. So what I can do here is either give it less or like Lanisha suggested before. There's other ways where they can just calculate each other, like depending on the parent. So the parent is just like what's holding it. So in this case, so let's say this will be a parent, right? And these are children inside. So whatever is inside of it, those are the kids, and this is the parent. So I can just calculate it like that, like just fit inside of that. But we're just playing with it manually so that we can learn everything, and then we can do things really customized, really in the later in the future. All right, so okay, let's save this. Okay, so now it's a little bit too little, so or you can just let me see. You can just get rid of the height and then I mean of the width, and then I'll calculate on its own because now Flexbox is doing all the heavy lifting. So now no matter how that box moves, this is gonna go along with it, and it's gonna be calculated automatically. So if I make that too small, all right, see, it's gonna grow and shrink along with it. All right. Okay, so we have a card here. So, uh, let's see. So since we have a lot of classes in here, this this styling is going to be replicated for all the other elements that we make that are the same um, as this one. So for example, let's see here. So the card is here. All right. So we have one. So that will be the ending of the card. So that's our card. Let me put it on the bottom. Okay. So when you have a database, that's what you want to connect it to. So the database is going to give it the picture, the info here, the info here, the info here. And every time a new card comes in, it's going to make a card and then it's going to show it like that. So for now, we don't have a database. So we're just going to do it manually. Yeah, somebody has a question? Oh, okay. All right, so we'll make let's make 6 for now. All right, so look at that. So we have a few cards now, right? So let's see here. So we can grab different pictures too. And let me see, where's the car? Did I go off again? Okay, this is killing me. All right. All right, any questions so far?
So one of the questions is that you use CSS in order to like make the box, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the CSS is doing everything visual, like all the code that's making it look the way it looks is made with CSS. The HTML is just for the info and how it's structured.
And also the words right there is also like colored in gray, right?
Which one? This one?
Yeah, these stuff is colored in gray, right?
Yeah, you can put any color you like. I was just following the website,
Let's see.
just for simplicity, pretty much. But yeah, we gotta add this little thing right here. See that little icon, and we did that before, right? You remember when I did it the first day?
I didn't see that before.
Okay, no problem. So that's easy. So let me show it to you right now. So let's see here.
Wait, hold on. Is it that like when it's hovering, it changes color?
Exactly, yeah. That's all it's doing. Yeah.
Oh, I
It's
think
not
I,
very
I think I see.
complicated. Yeah,
Oh, I see.
yeah. So this one might be a little bit tough, but there's way to do it. Like CSS heart heart shape. What the hell did I write? Okay. All right. So see here, it gives you uh it gives you a whole article on how to do it. But what you wanna get, it's like the actual like see right here what makes that heart. So there's two little circles and then there's a diamond on the back. There's a more simpler way to do it, but this one looks more like a heart. Of course, you know there's different shapes of hearts, so different styles. However, your graphic designer makes it. In this case, it's really simple. They just imported the whole icon of a heart, and then you put it into your code, and then that's it. And then you can change its color on its own. Let me see if if it's a real link. Oh, it is. There you go. So a big heart, huh? Okay. So so the class is heart. Okay. It has a class for us. We don't have to add it. Heart. Okay. So the first thing, it's too big, right? So let me see here. Okay, they didn't give it anything great. Maybe a little bit smaller. Let's say like 50. But are you okay with this? Like, if I tell you to make one right now, what would you say? Like you will be able to do it? No. Like, how do you feel? Do you feel I explained it correctly, or of course you need to do it many times? Like, I didn't get it the first time. I watched the same tutorial. I don't know, maybe like 20 times, and I understand it every time. But when I had to do it on my own, it's like, oh man, like there's so many little details that you leave every time you do it. So that's why it doesn't matter how much like yeah, you know what it is, you know how it works, but did you remember how it all fits together? That's the thing. Okay. Okay. So see what kind of. Okay, so that's for the back. So let's see. So you can also do it like that, like instead of making the heart change color, you can make something pop up that circle set or something. So in this case, I can do like border border radius, and then 50%. It's gonna make it round. All right, just like that. And then Let me change this to red. Okay, and let's see. So I want on hover. So I'm gonna say column. Hover is right there. Okay, there's a lot of other options too. Uh, see here, there's a few other things you can do. But for now, we're just use hover. So we're gonna take that off from there, and that stays, and that stays. Okay. See. So now every time I approach it, I change its color, and then when you add like a click or something, you have to do it here in the HTML. So for example, we can say on click, and then you put in there the name of your function, of what it's gonna do, like take them to another website or save the information that the customer liked this car, and it's gonna save it on their shopping cart or whatever it is, or it's gonna like save it on the cookies for the website and do something with that. All right, so let's see. Okay, so we have this already, and now we got a few, and now they are formatted like that because of the size of the window. And then if I open it up, then obviously it grows with the size of the screen, and it shrinks with the size of the screen as well. So there's another thing called flex wrap that can do that. And again, let me see. Okay, so then you're gonna go into your in the CSS tricks, go into the Flexbox guide, and then just look for the wrap. Let me see here. Okay, and these are the other options which you also have. This align content was what I was telling you before. If the direction is column, like they're going down, then you're gonna use this command, and then you're gonna tell it what to do. Start, it's gonna stay at the top. Flex and it's gonna go all the way down. Same thing for justified content. It's just it's gonna happen in a horizontal plane when you're using the justified content, and with the align content, it's gonna happen on the vertical plane. That's the only difference. Okay, so for now we're looking for a wrap. Let me show you. Oh yeah, and there's grow too. We'll show that one later. Oh yeah, play with the froggy flexbox. That's really good. You're gonna learn it rather fast. Let's see. That's not wrap. Where's the wrap? Let's see. Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay, that's why. Oh yeah, and right here it even gives you a lot of samples, and then it tells you what was written in it. All right. Okay, so here we go. So see what wrap. Let me see this another one. Oh, this direction. Okay. So wrap, yeah, pretty much, yeah. When the screen gets smaller, then then it's gonna move down or to the side, so it's gonna grow with it. And then you have flex flow, which mixes the direction and the wrap, so you can tell it. And in this case, it says column wrap. So in this case, when you make the screen go up and down in this fashion, then that's gonna wrap the elements on that side. And then if you say row wrap, then of course it's gonna be on the horizontal plane. All right. and these are separate things. You can do uh, the flex wrap and then the flex direction separately as well. But this just gives you an option to do them all together in one shot. So that's flex flow. So let's take a look at what that looks like. Let's see. What was that? Oh, here. Okay. All right. I'm gonna see if I can make a heart later, and we can add it in because this one it's only the background's changing. Of course, you can make um you can have two different ones. You can have a red heart and a black heart, just like they have it on the website. So that's what they're doing in this case. When you hover it, then it shows the heart, or um, they made the shape of this div into a heart shape, and then just the background color changes. So we're gonna look how to make shapes a little bit later on too. Just a lot of it's not really like all code related. It's more like trigonometry and stuff like that. So all right. So let's see here. So let me see. Okay, so it's already in the main body div. So that's one of our three main ones. So we're gonna say wrap. Let me see if I made one for the div. No, I didn't. Okay. That was an ID, yes. Okay. All right, so ID selector, main body. Okay, we only have 15 minutes left. Do you guys want me to continue, or do you want me to help you guys with something, like explain it a little more? What do you guys think?
It's fine. You can continue.
All right, everyone agrees? Yeah, okay, great. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the width, just so that just so that I know what it looks like. Let me put this here so I cannot see my screen. All right, perfect.
Are you trying to center it?
No, I just want to make it big. So I had two screens, so I put the code on the other screen. So I just wanna like uh get the size for the regular screen, and then from there on, whenever you change the size, it's gonna change on its own. So let's see. Okay, so the width, I say 1200 pixels. That's okay for the width. And on the height, I'm gonna make it auto. See, I'll show you the code in just a minute. Okay, so now we're gonna display flex. All right, perfect. Okay. Yeah, I'll show you guys the code in a minute. I just wanna see how it looks on the actual screen. Looks like 1200 was a little big. So there's a way where you can just calculate it based on the screen or whatever screen is being used, the viewport. But I'm just gonna do it manually for now. Okay, so 100. Let's make it 1000 for now. See if that works. Oh, it doesn't really matter. Okay. All right. Display flex. Flex. Flow. There we go. Go.
Hi, Hector.
Yeah.
You can only see the car portion of your screen. Is that what you're supposed to be sharing?
Yeah, I'm just like
Okay.
just typing it up, and because I cannot see it, when I
Okay.
have it when I have the code side by side, yeah, 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 it's a little bit tough. Okay.
Oh, also, is it here to also do some padding on for between the boxes?
Padding?
Yeah, padding between the boxes.
I don't think you want to do padding. In this case, you want to do margin.
Oh yeah, margin. Yeah,
Yeah.
I sometimes mix up between margin and padding.
Yeah. So yeah, remember the padding it's inside of the box, and
Okay,
the margin is yeah,
outside. Okay.
yeah. But yeah, you got it. Don't worry. So for the padding, yeah, I just put it back. Let me see. I just put it back now. Yeah, it didn't work what I was trying to do right now. Because I'm missing a lot of stuff. So I'll just save that for next time. See, that's what I'm telling you. Like, no matter how many times you do it, there's always some stuff missing. Let's see. Okay. So yeah. So you just go to the cart. See, that's the benefit of like organizing everything. Yeah, now I can just go to the cart and I can add that margin that you mentioned. So so I just add it all around. Then like maybe like 10 pixels all around, even on the top, bottom, left, right. All right, like that. Looks better now, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why I like to structure everything like this. Then all you gotta do is add a little bit of code and boom, and then you got everything going in one shot. Okay, so let's see here. Where were we? Got it. Okay, so yeah, so when you make a div, like all of that, the size inside, it's gonna try to fit it in with the wrap. So that's what it means. So let me see here. Like, where it go? All right. So right now it's like going sideways, and I did the wrap here, and the flex is a row. That's why it looks like it's going to the side. And then let me take this out for now. Okay. Let me just put it together. Get the wrap out. So a row, wrap. All right. So you see how it went down right away because I have the screen. Let's see the hard one to the side too because my screen is not big enough to see things on this space right here. So it puts them in a place where you can see the whole element, and then yeah, and then wherever there's space, then it's gonna just flush it, however you told it to. Now this three here, let me see, they're not. That might be due to main body. Yeah, everything in the main body. Oh shoot. Yeah, I messed up. I copied something that I wasn't supposed to copy. All right. So I was only supposed to copy the card. See here? So let me see if I can go back. All right. Okay, great. So now I have only one card. So you see, now I have that right there. I know where my card is. And then this is the card up to here. But I copied all the main body. I wasn't paying attention. Okay. So now let's put those again. So we have 2, 3, 4, 6. One more. Why not? Okay. Now it works. See? Yeah, it was my own fault. I didn't pay attention. That's what I get. Let's see. So 2 more. All right. So see, when the screen is big, it shows them all in a row. But now the screen, see, see, now the screen grows a little bit. So boom, there we go. And there's the other one. See, so that's what flex wrap does. All right. Any questions? You can even make this a little bit smaller, and then the other one's gonna show up right there by going to the card, and we're gonna make the width a little bit less. So let's say 380, 3,800, 380. There we go. See, now I also have to make the picture do that too. If I want, I can just choose the fit. Let me see. You can go CSS, image, fit parent. All right, that's a little bit harder to do. Max width 100%. All right, that works too, I guess. All right, so instead of right here, the image, instead of making it the same, you can just say max width and 100%. So what that means is just gonna stretch, but I think it's gonna stretch the whole thing. But in this case, just the width. And we already have the predefined height right there. Then you can also do the same thing with the height if you wanted to cover the whole card. But in this case, yeah, it's not going all the way, but it's something there. All right, and then we can also center it. Let me see. What's that? Display image, image background center. Oh yeah. So in this case, you'll use the padding. So you can say padding left, auto, and also the padding right, auto. Seems like the max width is taking care of that then. All right. Yeah, let's settle. All right. Same thing as 100%. Let me see. But what did I say? Yeah, 380. Just to put it like that for now. Okay, so now it covers the whole thing. But it looks like even that's a little bit smaller for it. Okay. So it needs that much space to show 2 rows. And yeah, next time we can learn also how to take care of that. How to take care of, let's say you see how right here is white. Instead, we can just make this bigger. So also the card will grow as the screen changes.
Well, I think I heard about that kind of concept before. We basically like do the margin.
Yeah, it's the same thing we're doing here. It's just because we also had a margin. It also takes that into account. So the picture size is not just this anymore. You know, we added a margin, which now is this big, right? So that's why it also it's a little bigger and doesn't fit in it. All right, everyone. So what do you think of today's class? Was everything clear, confusing?